Hello and welcome to Legal Task. Today we're going to be speaking about regulatory taxonomy for decentralized finance. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, alternatively dubbed as open finance, is a system of decentralized applications built on top of public smart contract platforms such as the Ethereum blockchains. DeFi might ultimately manifest, at least in theory, in egress from the legal systems. Stay with us to know more about it. The Financial Stability Board has concluded in its earlier reports that DLT and Fintech technologies do not pose any immediate but only possible future risks to global financial stability. Though, following a rapid transition from purely voluntarily to wholesale leveraging of technology, the Financial Stability Board consequently acknowledged for the first time in 2019 that decentralized technologies may actually entail risks to financial stability. The report in question has underlined that new technologies pose not only the benefits for the financial system, but also risks. Lawrence Lessig pointed out that the values which are at risk due to technological advances can be generally classified within the four main areas of controversy: intellectual property, privacy, free speech, and sovereignty. Further, it was also emphasized that blockchain-based applications relying primarily on or exclusively on Lex Cryptographica in comparison to those relying on existing code-based rules such as collaborative economy sharing platforms will be harder to control and regulate. Therefore, blockchains can contribute and create a more unstable and unregulated financial landscape. It's widely believed that only upon certain conditions such as auditability of technologies and privacy by design and compliance by design framework prerequisites being met can the financial system truly start benefiting from blockchain and fintech. Reduction and prevention of systemic risk in the newly established dual post-crisis framework of regulation remains of paramount importance. This is the area in which the global regulatory efforts have actually been missing most in the recent decades. New approaches aimed at tackling regulatory and tax uncertainties associated with leveraging the DLT technologies on the market require prompt concurrent work on elaboration of risk management practices and risk management agenda, which are needed to adequately assess and address the related risks. In order to minimize possible negative externalities for the market arising of mass leveraging technologies such as an increase in interconnectivity, emerging technologies should be classified as a separate type of micro-level risks within the main big category of operational risks. Of course, this might prompt future revisions not only to the transaction cost doctrine but also to the notion of the systemic risk itself. Following a wider adoption of technologies, those transactions generally attributed to a collaborative or so-called sharing economy can potentially be replicated by DLT technologies and might result in subsequent transformation of already booming sharing economy into the new form of distributed ledger sharing economy. Regulatory environment, innovations and technologies have always had and will continue to have a remarkable impact on the market development. Stimulating growth of new business models and technology-centered economy is quickly becoming a new, additional rationale behind most of the regulatory initiatives undertaken today. We should be noting that blockchain technologies might cause, in accordance to the different level of distribution of control, from asymmetric to systemic, depending on the relevant topology, it is from public, federated or mixed towards the private one, some extra issues related to distortion of competition, particularly on a regular scale. In conclusion, it should be noted that modern studies on regulatory taxonomy for new technologies unfortunately do not address to a sufficient extent some extra issues such as distortion of competition on a regular scale and codification of law. Stay with us, we keep you updated.